Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Thursday night webinar. I am actually live here at the Naples Lab, Alternative Labs, with the famous Kevin Thomas. So excited to be here. As you can see, I have my nifty little net on. We got the tour here today. We got to see how our products are made. Not literally made, but we got to see the process of it while Kevin got to talk. So if you know me on Facebook, Judy Wolladson, you can watch the video there. But I'm really excited to introduce tonight our guest speaker, Kevin Thomas, and Chris Schweda, who will be interviewing him tonight. So without further ado, I'm just going to turn it over to you, Chris and Kevin.
Awesome. Kevin, first off, I want to thank you so much for not only all the hard work that you do, but these amazing products and being here with us to share a little bit of insight on, what makes us different. So one of the things, I guess the first question would be, when I was at the lab, you had shared that we are not a coffee company, that we are something way bigger than that. Can you elaborate on that a little bit on, what the future looks like and how you feel about the products?
Wellness. We're a total wellness company. We're on a mission of wellness. And we get to that mission like any destination, one step at a time. And when we started off with the coffee, it showed us opportunities and potential in nutrition that we hadn't experienced before, that the industry hadn't experienced. When I say experience, something that you can feel, something that represents the truth, delivers on the promise, mood, appetite, energy. We wanted appetite suppression that you can feel and not something that just says, well, I think so, and you can feel it. And now that we have, this almost year behind us and the growth that we've experienced, it's because the product is demonstratable. You can feel that suppression. You can feel that mood elevation. You can feel that happiness, that natural, non-jittery energy. So that's a product that's functional and fashionable as a functional food, and it's a unique delivery system. Economically, it's a great program because if you're going to be spending a couple of dollars on coffee over at the fast food places or the franchise places that sell coffee, why don't you take that same money and sometimes even less and turn it into a coffee that's functional? So the goal was, let's take everyday living and give us an everyday health opportunity. Give us an alternative so we can get to our destination of wellness by using alternative nutritional therapies and alternative programs. So the coffee was launched. Then, and I'm not going to do it in exact order, but I'm going to do it by reasons of insanity. Then a lot of people said, I just don't want caffeine, whether it's moral, religious, or chemical reasons. I just don't want caffeine. So we came up with a chocolate because who doesn't like a hot chocolate? Another transfer buying opportunity. The Chocolate gives us a caffeine-free experience of the mood, appetite, energy, the same nootropic delivery system, delivering the same dose benefits, but in a different form. Again, another functional food. Then Xanthomax, and without getting into the details of the master molecule and the unlimited potential that molecular structure and its delivery form has and can bring to the body, we came up with a program that other people weren't able to do, which was to get a nutrient into the body, into the cell, and into the brain, where it can be bioavailable, bioactive, and functional. So when this company puts together systems in our journey for wellness, we look at something that is sustainable, repeatable, valuable, and has benefits. Just because I took an antioxidant, by example, today, I don't know how many free radicals I attacked in my body, and I don't feel a difference. Although psychologically or scientifically, I'm trained to understand that I'm doing a great thing with an antioxidant to promote my longevity. I don't feel anything. Now, not every single product that we come out with as this future expands is going to have that drama, but we want to have the quality of content that we can deliver wellness, one step at a time, in this partnership between our companies, the manufacturing firm, this great distribution company with all the marketing opportunities that it has. By using the unity of this partnership, we can bring wellness through our journey, one product at a time. Today, if you were here at the meeting, and I have to put a seatbelt on Judy and Mark when they sit down, I showed them 5 different products and delivery systems and concepts they haven't even heard the words for in science before. They're looking them up on Google. And then the question was, well, is Elevasi's going to have that? Guess what? Everything that is invented here is presented first to the board and the executives and the team and the leading distributor team before I ever go out to market to find a client for my orphans. The orphans that we create are opportunities for wellness that are looking for a home. And through this partnership, those opportunities are going to be packaged and delivered. So we might come out with another product tomorrow or next week or the week after, but our journey and our destination every day here is focusing on making new technologies and new wellness categories so that you're going to expand your marketplace, but most importantly, expand your options for wellness more than just a coffee. That's why I say we're not just a coffee company. We started off with a great coffee. We are a wellness company.
So I heard you mention multiple times about food as a delivery source. I know a lot of people want to ask the question, is this organic? Is it natural? How would you describe our products from that perspective?
All right, so we've got a lot more than one product. So every time we select a compound, an ingredient, even the plastics for the scoops and the bottles and the liners and the papers, in every single opportunity, we know we're on a wellness journey, and we don't forget that when we make ingredient or component choices. We look for non-GMO and require it. We look for organic if it's available. But when you buy international ingredients, sometimes they don't have USDA organic standards, and sometimes companies will hire the USDA to come out and do inspections. But in an international community, the standards of organics is different with each community. So we seek from communities that have the highest standards. We don't want toxins, contaminants, roundups, pollutions, and other garbage in our products. And quality nutrient makers also don't want that in their products. So we always look for healthy, allergen-free, non-GMO, certified crops and components that's not going to add to our toxicity, but in fact, eliminate our toxicity.
So my doctor, who is not only a holistic doctor, but an MD, she happened to be telling me about a product, and then I found out that the Pure is basically that product. She had mentioned something about zeolite and all that. Another product that we don't talk about a lot, but I know that there's huge benefits to it.
Okay, so zeolite is a general category of minerals like clinoptillites and mortonites, and there's all kinds of them in those kind of molecules in the family. And the Pure 2.0 is the next level above those zeolite compounds. Zeolite compounds by themselves are cages that grab heavy metals, and they do a great job. But if you go to the next level of flocculation, and it comes from to flock together like a flock of seagulls. Right. When you use inert minerals in the zeolite or clinoptilite or any of those mortonite families, and these are the minerals that we use in the 2.0 version, they are working together in the glass or in our body or in our blood to flock together the toxins, the heavy metals, those that have magnetic efficiency or ability, and put them together in clusters large enough that our liver and kidneys will pass. Right now, our heavy metal concentrations and contaminations and toxins are small enough molecules that they keep recirculating through our body. If we flock together all of those circulatory contaminants and put them in large molecules, we make them called inert, and the body can eliminate an inert substance. And we really need to get more education on Pure 2.0 and the filtration process, because the big Pure filter that's available also. But you can really put together at your house the purest water on earth, but also do a detoxification program that can get those agricultural contaminants and industrial contaminants out of your body.
That's awesome. Now, I know there's a lot of buzz going around right now about different products in the CBD/hemp world. And I know that we just launched an amazing product that, the results have been astounding. What is different about our product versus the average CBD oil-based versus water-soluble, where there's debates about that as well?
Okay. How do I put a 5-hour answer into 1 minute?
I knew that was going to be a good one.
Wow. So I'll start from the top down. We have a full spectrum phytocannabinoid complex extracted from hemp that we take and process into a nano molecule, a very, very small molecule, that we spherinize or wrap around that small molecule, a lipoid or a liposome, kind of put a basketball around, like the orange peel protects the orange, so our liposome protects the nano CBD molecule. And then, because they're so small and because they're put in with botanical surfactants, a surfactant breaks the surface tension of water. Dawn dishwashing liquid is a surfactant. It's a vegetable oil. You put it in and you'll see the oil from your pots and pans dissipate and run. That's a surfactant. So there's other vegetable oils and compounds that'll help break the surface tension. When you mix all this together, what do you have? You have a nutrient that's water soluble, but water loving also. That's important. You have a nutrient that's small enough to get delivered into the brain and into the cells through nanoparticleization. You have a nutrient that has a fat sphere, a fat suitcase delivery system around it that will help it be delivered to other areas of the body that are fat adapted. So that whole process allows you to get the nutrients that you're looking for from hemp to the body. That's the mechanical process of how we get it to the body. When you mix it in water, you just by putting it in water and getting a bottle of water one shake, not only does it taste good and feels good, you can see it run everywhere. That little pipette or two of Hemplovate in a bottle of water, you just pour it in there. You don't even have to shake it. You'll see if you just touch that bottle a little bit, that cloud will run everywhere. It wants water. If 94 to 97% of your blood is water, you want a product that wants to be with that water. So that's part of the delivery system. So when you talk about what makes it better, the wild, wild west is here on the CBD world. There's a lot of people in the industry that mean well, that are getting educated, and that are doing their best. It doesn't mean the bad apples ruin the good. There's a lot of great things, and there's a lot of great competing products out there. And we've heard from a few of them. Nothing wrong with the other competing products. On the other hand, there's a lot of products that say they're one thing. They say 100% hemp seed oil. You cannot get enough CBD concentration in hemp seed oil that the CBD grows in the flowers or the buds of the plant. And so people are misinformed. Their raw material suppliers misinform them. They just don't understand. There's a lot of people that take CBD isolate, a single chemical, a single molecule. Remember, science has already identified over 80 different types of cannabidiols or cannabinoids. Other folks have said there could be as much as 104. We know that the endocannabinoid system in the human body, which is the receptor for cannabidiols, that the body uses those and expects to use those kinds of compounds for its homeostasis. Some of the compounds it's looking for is CBD1, CBD2, those are the isolates, right? CBDG, CBDV, G as in George, V as in Victor, N as in Nancy, A as in Alpha. And then THC is the bad boy, but it's delta 9 THC. There's also a delta 8 THC. There's also a delta A alpha THC. Those are non-psychoactive. They are also cannabinoids, or in the cannabinoid family, so therefore they're called CBDs. Our product has all of those and terpenes. Terpenes are phytonutrients, phytochemicals that are the partners for bonding and assimilation and create the smells and the peppers and the tastes and the flavors that you feel in them, but they are essential for total endocannabinoid nutrition. I know I'm getting deep down the rabbit hole, but listen, if you just bought a CBD isolate or you see it on the marketplace, it is not the full spectrum and it's not giving you all of the nutrition. If you see a very, very light, clear clear or light yellow product on the marketplace is that hemp oil salad dressing with CBD oil, CBD isolate, cheap, affordable CBD, thrown into the hemp oil and say, it's 100% hemp oil. Well, technically it is, but it isn't the full spectrum. It's salad dressing with some CBD isolate in it because I want to buy a new Ferrari. It isn't nutrition that the body needs. Remember, let's go back to the beginning. We're on a wellness journey. We're a wellness company. We want to give the body what it needs in its entirety. It's not about money. It's about giving the body the tools that it needs. We can test those. You're going to see our potency reports for our active compounds. I get a little upset. Some people talk about, one of the ingredients is water. We had a big discussion today, and I showed why the water is essential. Nobody even understands that we're using deuterium-depleted water from a special machine. First time I even heard me say it. Deuterium-depleted water. Look it up. It's johnelliswater.com. We bought the machines. We use that water so we have healthy water inside those molecular structures of our cannabinoids so that it knows, our oil knows what water looks like because we bond it to water. You have to have water to bond it to water. So we got a great product in that. It's 20 milligrams of elemental CBD, and the next guy might have 30 or 35. Is it isolate and salad dressing, or is it true phytocomplexes, phytonutrient complexes? But when you can get it in the body, it makes a difference. And I'm closing on that topic. Some people have shown that up to 80% of standard oils are passed through and are absorbed by the body. If that's the case, our 20 milligrams, if fully absorbed through our delivery system, is equal to the power of 100 milligrams of the stuff that doesn't get absorbed. Talking about nutrition and what it is. Some people say, I don't feel other things. Other people say, oh my God, I can't believe it. I feel it. It blows me away. It depends on the person's endocannabinoid system. You have to nourish it. You have to feed it. You have to give it a few days. And some people feel it instantly. So it's all about the patients and the total wellness journey. So I hope that kind of answered it.
It does. So I've heard you talk before, and we talked about, the percentage of THC and that many drug tests pick up certain things, what they're looking for and all that. Is this something that if someone is, say, working at a factory or whatever and they're drug tested, is it best for them to stay away from it? Or what is your recommendation from a perspective of drug testing and all that, and will this test?
So you got a false positive potential, and then you also have a true positive question. The false positive potential is high on cannabis. This is a family of cannabis products because cannabinoids and all of the plant compounds are alkaloids or phytoalkaloids or plant compounds. But the tests that the cops have in the back of their car and some of the simple tests that they use at Walgreens or for employers and stuff are simply an alkaloid test. Of course our product has alkaloids in it. And so I could get a false positive. We got all the healthy alkaloids in it. Well, THC is an alkaloid. Yeah, but we have less than 3%, 0.3%, right? A third of a percent. You're not going to get high. You can take the whole dang bottle. You're not going to feel anything. You're going to be tired. You're going to want to go to sleep. So if you have a false positive, there is a secondary screening to check for the true chemical. In that particular case, you would be looking for a delta 9 THC tetrahydrocannabidiol compound. And that's what the THC is. And so you're not going to get accumulated blood levels that are testable from all the research that's published out there on hemp. But if you smoke marijuana and the other stuff, those things will show positive. And there's all kinds of reasons for people to be testing. And so they really should consult with their physician or their sports team or their probation department or whatever reason they're getting tested to say, I need to take this medicine to make a difference in my life. And can we do a test with it and without it? I think it's a case-by-case basis. Some people take only one dropper full, nothing happens. Other people take 5 dropper fulls, nothing happens. And those same dose levels have the potential to show false positive. We haven't seen it so much in our product. The liposome really kind of hides it as well. But our THC content is below the Farm Bill, 2014 Farm Bill approval averages of 0.3%. We're down to the 0.1%. And by the way, THC, there are 3 different categories of THC. Delta 9 is the bad one. THC-A and THC Delta 8 are non-psychoactive, acceptable cannabinoids.
Awesome.
I'm going to make you regret asking me a question.
So I know that we have people that are just crazy about this product. In fact, I mean, it's growing all over. I mean, people want this all over the world. And I know that, you know, in different areas, there's different regulations and stuff. So in the future, and what do you see as we're moving across the world? Are we working on things to be able to move into country to country and things like that on the coffee perspective?
Okay, on the coffee perspective. So,
in other words, like different versions of the coffee.
Yeah,
I know that I've tasted a different version.
It's a double question, double answer. So, on the hemp perspective, legislative programs are happening around the world to recognize that this hemp and CBDs are this beneficial nutrient. Canada just, you know, allowed it and passed laws, and 13 other countries are on that bandwagon. So the hemp industry, our hemp category, which is going to be a major foothold for us globally, is tied to regulatory acceptance and authority, both in the states, in individual states, in our Congress, and in the states and Congresses and political nations across board. So that's over the next 2 years, we should see great acceptance on a global basis. Amplivate. Now let's talk to coffee. The nootropics and neurologic nutrients that we have in our coffee that work and approved here in America are fit into categories of control, categories of challenge, categories of medicine in other countries. Oh, you can't have PEA in this country, or if you another country, you can have PEA, but you can't have any more than 50 or 100 milligrams. And if you got 150, oh, you got to reduce it. Even though you can eat chocolate and get PEA, they don't control that, but they want to control because pharmaceutical companies help design the political landscape for nutrition and wellness in international communities, and they want to control those nutrients and those things that are reactive. So each country by country, in Amber Lynn, over at the at corporate, Larry Cantrell, I get 2-3 calls a day from Amber, emails, texts. What's happening with this ingredient? Here's an alternative ingredient. What do you think about that? What can we do? We're going to probably have about 8 different coffees within the next fiscal year for the 8 different acceptable marketplaces. Now, if people want to bootleg the American version overseas, I can't stop that. I don't suggest that. But if you live in a country, we're working on Canada diligently, Australia diligently, Korea diligently. We have new formulas, which are the same basic formula with permissible amounts of our dose ingredients, and we're adding other contributory ingredients to achieve dose, but without offending the pharmaceutical companies and without offending the nutrition management programs of those countries. So we've got really good success and feedback with Canada. We're starting to get that with Korea now, and Australia's on the next on the plate. So in this next week, we should see some changes, and Amber will work with Larry to make those announcements.
That's awesome. So I've also heard you mention that the Hempelevate actually complements dose. How does that work? Like, how do they work together synergistically?
Because dose works in the brain, works within synaptic nerves, works within our hormonal trigger platform, the CBD or cannabinoids, cannabidiols, cannabinoids, a bunch of ways to say it, and the terpenes are also nootropic, neurostimulators, neuroreactants. They are in the same family. They work on the same neurological pathways, right? The synaptic nerves, the receptor sites, the protein absorbing and protein utilizing receptor sites that take in different metabolic nutrients in different forms. That's why being a nanonutrient now helps get those molecules to a form that the synaptic nerve can use in its protein assimilation so it can do its neurological function. And neurological function is electrical communication, the trading of neurons and electrons. If you look up, all the electrical communications on Google, you can learn a lot about how that works, and you can learn about where the CBD works. But they both work on the same neural pathways as a neuronutrient, as a nootropic to nourish the brain, to provide that dose effect. And you're going to get higher endorphin levels, you're going to get oxytocin levels, but your dopamigenic responses is going to be your lead angle, your dopamine. Your CBD receptor sites and your dopamine receptor sites are bioidentical. By the way, when you fill it up with CBD, it blocks THC. So you don't feel anything. So it's cool. Well, I don't know if that answered it, but they're both nootropics.
Right.
Neuronutrients.
So I know that we have an event coming up in November, the first weekend of November, and I would think that you were going to be there. Are we going to get any surprises from you in November? And is there any certain reasons you could recommend people being at the Elevate event?
Well, first and foremost, I have a new barber. The haircut's going to be fabulous. That's unbelievable. That's going to be important. I got a new shirt. I can't talk about the new things that I'm going to be talking about in November until November. But I can't talk about that now.
I was trying to see if I could catch you. So
you didn't catch me. I'll just tell you in November about those new things.
So can you at least give us a reason on why we don't want to miss that event? Besides your hair, because I mean your hair is going to be fabulous.
It's going to be fabulous. Well, fabulous starts from the top down. The reason you want to participate in the corporate events is because you want to participate in the total wellness journey, in the mission and the reason that you're a part of this family. It isn't about the ticket price. We don't need it. It's about the attendance, which helps your commitment to learn, to understand, to learn from other distributors and business entrepreneurs and diamonds and leaders, to learn from the corporate officers, to understand what's happened scientifically. You've been to the events with me before. I don't go hide in the hotel room. I don't sneak in on the evening and take off the next day. I come there for 5 days because I'm addicted to this program and these products and this opportunity, and most importantly, the people, the friendships, the connectivity. I'm not afraid to share emails and talk and reach out. I want to have access. I want you guys to have access to not only me, my whole scientific team. We are one entity working together. It is not a top-down, dump it on your program. It's a bottom-up. Dump the information on me. Dump the information on our corporate community so we can work together. It's a partnership that breaks the mold of this industry that Robert designed. That's what he's talking about. It's broken and how this company is changing it. And Robert's dream and vision is to let's open up our kimono. Let's make ourselves vertically accessible. Touch it, seal it, see it, feel it. Go to Amway and see how they make their soap. You're not going to get in. It's not going to happen. You want me to show you how I strip out the deuterium molecules from water? Come on over. You want to see how we nanosize and make these molecules small, like I said, because I might be full of BS, basic science? Come on over. The door's open. We didn't have an appointment. She showed up. But that's cute, you know? But really, that transparency and partnership is every single, I don't care if you just signed up today and you just bought a bottle of something. You want to come down to Florida, hang out. You can't get there. We'll bring Florida to you. We'll bring Dallas to you. We'll bring Judy. We'll bring the teams. That's what November is. We're going to bring it all there. So if you don't want to miss that, be there.
That's awesome. And I definitely felt that being at the lab and being able to see how amazing it was just from the perspective of the quality control blew me away, and how you mapped out the whole process on when the products come in and how long it takes for them to go through their where you had them quarantined, and it was just amazing watching the quality control over there. And how open you were on showing us everything. And what I noticed while I was there, right inside that forgot what the name of the room was. It was where you were separating things. I noticed there was a whole cabinet of products from many different companies that you've developed, and you've been able to develop some products for many of the some billion-dollar companies and all that. I know we're not going to talk about the exact company names, but what have you noticed that's different about this company versus the other companies that you've made products for?
They pay their bills on time. That's true. Transparency in the relationship, the honesty, the integrity. And listen, not every day is a rosy day. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things that happen when you're growing this fast and this big. You know, hey, you open a pizza shop, make me eat 857 pizzas in an hour. Well, I'm going to burn one. Something's going to happen. Those problems aren't any singular problem. Anything about this company, what makes it different, to answer your question, problems are transparent. There is no head games. There is no manipulation. There is no politics. Everybody puts it on the table. How can we work together to get through the team? Well, we got 18 problems. Okay, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. We work together. You would be surprised, why is corporate calling Kevin to talk about that business thing, or that travel thing, or that international thing? Because all of the minds get together, somebody might have an idea. You'll see Robert and JT and the other people, they're asking everybody. I go, that girl's in graphics. That's okay, she's got a brain. She's got ideas. It's amazing that that involvement happens. That's very unique. The next thing is that the products are demonstratable, and the products are built with freedom. When a product is built with freedom, what does that mean? Hi, science team. This is the category I want. I don't care about any of the rules. Give me a clean, healthy, pure target in this category. Well, what about the money? I said, I don't care. Well, what about it takes 12 months to grow that stuff? I don't care. What about, there are no rules. So to let our creative team, it's not just Kevin, there's a whole team over here. I'm just the guy with the wand that makes everybody sing. So we have boundless ability to be creative for a receptive audience that wants to hear it. With the other companies of my 38 years in the past, I get to talk to a distributor or two. They're not staying over at my house, trading emails. Everybody's insecure. Everybody's afraid. It doesn't exist. There are great companies with great products out there. You know, I've made over 3,000 products that's in the industry. 7 of those groups are over $1 billion companies today. And I didn't hang on to commissions and royalties and override. Leave a company in a better place than you met them. And that's what we did. And there's great opportunities and great companies out there. But transparency is education. You come into this business, whether it's new or old, you can learn, see, touch, and feel things. That's how I learned this industry. People opened up their hearts and their minds and shared. That's really a lot of fun. Like, you've been to the factory a couple times now. It's just fun to learn and know the truth and have it be sustainable.
That's awesome. So I remember you mentioning, a lot of companies, they come to you and they say, I want this product with this ingredient, and that's sometimes how you come up with better products. For instance, there's many coffee companies out there. What makes ours so special versus other, we talked about the difference in other CBDs, but our coffee, because I notice other people are now kind of coffee is a coffee and a pill. Like, what makes ours so much better than other people's coffees?
The coffee is the what. The company is the why. The why here is stronger than any why anywhere else. The last 10 minutes, I talked about the why, the culture, the transparency, the partnership, the honesty, the integrity, the difference in this industry compared to other industries. Yes, there are other coffees out there, and they're good coffees. And there are other coffees that compare to us. Nobody has the potency. Nobody has the dose. Nobody has the partnership of the Santo and the total dose package. So there's components missing, but there are some good things out there. But the why, there's other pretty girls out there too. Nobody is going to hold a candle to the totality of the relationship that I have with Jenny. Yeah, but there's other pretty girls out there. They don't care. I mean, that's nice. That's what got me there in the first place 15 years ago. But what keeps me there is the why. An unbelievable, integral relationship of transparency, unity, and honesty that never bends. That's why we're here and why we're doing this. Oh, by the way, we got some kick-ass coffee.
See, that's beautiful because in building our teams, Kevin, we are very intentional about getting to people's why, because if people are doing this just for the business side of it, their intentions are different than when they're sharing it with people, knowing that they're really making an impact in people's lives. And I really love the fact that you focused in on the why versus the what. Because, I mean, everybody, let's just say from the money perspective, everybody wants to make more money, but why? And what are they going to do with it? How is it going to impact their life? How is it going to change their life? And I love that you put that in behind the products on why you're using these ingredients. It was amazing just watching you. I mean, there were people that were asking legal questions, and I was blown away on how you just went into I watched you look up and you would just go into this database of information. And I'm just so blown away by how much knowledge you've acquired over the years and how you're a student of your own game. And you're not one to just say, oh, I know everything. You'd shared your relationships with the other doctors that you might have and how there's information that you can find out anywhere in the world based on your relationships. And I was just really impressed by that.
Thanks. It's a lot of fun.
So I'm not really sure what your capacity to spit out information. You just gave me so much. I'm not even sure what else I could ask at this point. Is there anyone else in that room over there that might notice I missed something that they want to ask you?
You didn't notice how good looking he was. You didn't say anything. He was telling you about his haircut, but he's a nice looking guy.
It ain't even cut yet.
Just kidding. No, I just want to say one thing. Thank you, Kevin, so much for allowing all of us to come here today to take the tour. It's really exciting to come here to be alongside Kevin. He is not just a savant. He is a freaking funny savant. So it's always a blast being here. Chris, thank you so much for interviewing Kevin. The questions were awesome. It was a lot of fun. And I'm just going to close it out as thanking everybody for coming here and joining us tonight. Don't forget, we have a sensational Saturday coming up this weekend in Miami, so you don't want to miss it. We have Ricky Durant as the guest speaker. We have Keith Yarbrough as the presenter. Let's see here. Who else is? We have Robert Hoblon. I can't forget Robert. He will be in Miami as well. And there'll be a few other people, so you don't want to miss the sensational Saturday. Go to elepreneur.com and look for a sensational Saturday in an area close to you. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you next week on the webinar. Thanks again, Chris Schweda. Thank you, Kevin Thomas. And thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.